Jada Kiss. And right now I'm with my cousin Big Reese, baby. Check it out, y'all. What it look like. It's your main man, Fabulous, man. I'm holding it down with Reese. My brother, Reese. Reese. The homie Reese. You already know, man. It's Taylor Gang. I die. Who you with? Reese. Yeah. Who you with? Who you with?
Back at it again, Immediate Campus West. You know who it is. Reese right here, representing 2 for Magic 107.5, 97.5. When we talk about Divine Nine, and you talk about events, and you talk about things that you need to be at, you need to experience at least once in your life, Atlanta Greek Picnic always comes up, and we have none other than the founder, the man who put this thing all the way together from 150 people to now we looking at 50,000 probably this week. You know what I mean? By looking at how the airport traffic is. Tiwa Works, a.k.a. Tiwa's in the building. What's up, my brother? How you doing?
I'm good, my guy. How are you?
I'm good, man. How does it feel when you look at these numbers? You say, you started with a vision of 150 people. Now you're looking at 20,000.
It's a great feeling, man. It's it's definitely a great feeling, to be able to bring something from an idea, write it on paper 1,000,001 times, and then execute, and then not just execute, but also be consistent, and not even just be consistent, to have longevity.
Yeah.
So it's a great feeling. I'm happy to be here, and AGP as a brand has just kind of transcended a bunch of typical norms of Black events, where they think it's not supposed to last as long, but we made it. So,
right.
We
20 years. You made it. 20
years.
years. That's 2 decades of just getting busy, man. I love that. You know what else I love? I remember when I was younger, I wasn't supposed to be there, first of all, but I would sneak into the Greek picnic in New Jersey. Yes. It was a lot of Greeks. I had no idea what Greek was. I thought it was going to be folks eating gyros and stuff. Right, find out, you're talking about these organizations, the Kappas, the Omegas, the Alphas, and all of them would come together, have this picnic. It would be food, fun, laughs, and they would kind of, a lot of congregation. It would never be a fight. And that gave me the insight to say, oh, wow, this is cool. We can be together. We can have a good time.
Right.
When I look at what you've put together, it takes it to another level, because not only is it the fun and the camaraderie, but you also have these other aspects. You got this financial discipline, breakout sessions. You have a lot of things that have to do with business. You have vendors that will actually elevate the person that was there, not just, buy something. You have vendors that could change your lifestyle.
Yes.
So talk about that vision and how you were able to put all that together.
So, that came from us just having a very strong focus on entrepreneurship and business development. It's one thing to start building and bringing people together, but then creating a platform for others to be successful on. And that's where, our vendor marketplace, we've touched, we've signed up well over 5,000 vendors over the years. And every year we have at least 50 to 60 vendors, small businesses that get to bring their brand, because, marketing for any business is small Black business is always kind of tedious. So we kind of take that work from them and say, look, pay for a space, show up, and we're going to put the people in front of your product, your service, your food. And it's always a great testament when people come back, will email us 2 months later. Do you remember the vendor in the corner? I'm like, it was
5,000 of y'all, but thank you.
So for us, we really horn down on supporting entrepreneurship and vendors, Black businesses, and anyone that comes up with an idea, rather than go dump your money. Now, before, digital media was the way to advertise, but now it's oversaturated.
Yeah.
So how do you go one-on-one to talk to your consumers? How do you put the product in hand? And AGP has become that source every year. And you can hear, if you watch any of our videos, you hear true testaments from vendors talking about why you need to be at the Greek Picnic. So for us, as we continue to grow on the legacy, what we've done is we want to build that component out, and even not just on selling, but even the education aspect of how do you become a better business as a business, and a better vendor, and how do you reach the masses? How do you do more beyond what you're currently doing? So AGP is, we're going in very big ways and very different directions in the future.
I see that, man. Talk to me too about how it has helped you in your business. Like, you like the Tiwa Works, you really take the work. Literally, you got a few different branches that come off of your tree.
Right.
So with the real estate and all of that stuff, tell us about a little bit of how AGP kind of combines that too and helps you as a business as well.
So I think the one story I love to tell is what my chapter, Lambda Psi chapter at Georgia Southwestern State University, Kappa Alpha Psi, Manoop.
Talk to him.
And the one thing that I learned as a Neo was my chapter was very big on handling business. no matter what, how much fun you go do or whatever you do, you handle business first. And I took that through college years, and we built our step shows. We made our chapter a lot of money. Very, very diligent everything we're doing, and that created the foundation of what we have today as the Greek Picnic.
Got you.
Because and what's actually funny, I didn't go to school for business. I wasn't a marketing major.
Okay.
I was none of that. But I learned hands-on things that I apply to life now, thanks to my chapter.
Right.
So with that, as I'm building, it's really understanding also every fraternity and sorority, the one thing they low-key teach you about is networking. You're in room with different personalities, different people, different organizations, and how you find yourselves and continue to build on this platform.
Gotcha.
So the Divine Nine is very big on that, which is why the network, no matter where you go in the world, if you say, hey, I'm a Noop, I'm an Iota, I'm an AK, it's love.
Yeah. I mean, I get that even from hosting parties across the United States and bringing that concerts. If I say you went to HBCU, make some noise, Divine Nine, make some noise. They go crazy. You just start hearing all the yelling and the whistles and everything.
No matter how old you are. So, with that, we just leverage that to business with AGP, and again, networking, and also branching out into, like you mentioned, real estate. It's also servicing other aspects and creating multiple opportunities. So that's everything.
That's amazing. Tell us, if somebody is listening to this interview right now and they hadn't heard of AGP, which is probably about 7-8 people left that haven't heard of it, but they haven't heard of it, what would you tell them that experience would be like if they came down to Atlanta this week?
I always like to describe AGP as a mix of like a family reunion. It's an HBCU reunion. It's a PW. And even though I went to a PWI, the black section of the homecomings is something
it's different.
Else.
It's different.
and then bringing together like a black festival, you mix all this, and it's just it's love. I think one thing we're very proud of the AGP, in the span of 20 years, like I said, most black events don't make it this long because of violence. There's just shooting. Somebody was killed. Yeah. We have never had any incident to that extreme. So it's a proud thing. We're happy to say of even the police officers have been with us some 10, some 20 years.
Yes.
So it's a family environment. Like everybody's fun. Hey, good to see you, man. How the kids, all the kids, you know what I mean? So with that, we just are very big on preserving that legacy and everything we're doing within it.
I like that, man. It's definitely an event that people can come to, have a great time, leave intact. You're actually going to leave better than when you came.
I mean, people are meeting their husbands and wives at AGP,
That's why I'm going. I'm trying to
if you check our hashtag AGP love, hashtag, we literally have about 10 stories of people meeting at the picnic. So we encourage people not to look at, the younger. It's a wider array of ages, but the average age is close to 30. So, they got some money to spend and they want to have a good time.
Yeah. Got the grown-up crowd.
Crowd, they love it. They keep coming back. So we're here to entertain.
That's what I'm talking about. You're gonna have to start a dating app at the AGP dating.
It's on the line item 2025.
If you're single, download this app.
Download it. We got love for you.
I love that. Tell me about like your upbringing, because obviously you're from UK, right?
I was born in London.
Correct.
But my family's Nigerian.
Yeah.
And so my AG, I always say this is part of my AGP story, is that when I moved to Atlanta in the year of the Olympics, and I'm telling my age.
Yeah. I mean, this has been going on for 20 years. You just started when you was 10. It's all good.
People like, you must be 12 years old.
You still look 25. It's fine.
So I actually, when I moved to Atlanta the year of the Olympics, ended up my senior year in high school at North Springs in Roswell Road, and ended up, my parents, I wanted to go to Georgia State, but my parents were like, no, you go
too close to the city.
You got too popular in a span of 9 months. And they were like, no, you got to end up somewhere else. And we ended up getting a prospectus, which, the school book, and we ended up in Americus, Georgia, which is 3 hours from Atlanta.
I've been there.
And it's
it's biggest, Georgia.
It's true Georgia.
It's not Atlanta. You're not in Kansas anymore.
It's and the funny thing was the biggest employer out there was Walmart. So one-way streets. But again, I was born in England, so I came from a British Catholic private boarding school. Ended up in Atlanta, so I've lived in Nigeria. I went to private school there. Yeah. Ended up in rural Georgia, but one would think that, it wasn't going to be a great experience, but to me, that was one of the best experiences of my life till today.
Tell me about that. Why? Why was that?
It was one of the best experiences. Again, I grew up, I lived in Nigeria, so I've already had a black experience. Right. I wasn't like, oh my God, my friend.
I needed.
I've traveled away. My parents would send me away for camps for the summer, so I'm used to being away from home. But it was a great experience because I was not in a metropolitan city. You know, here I am, a Black British Nigerian with an accent,
super minority,
double, triple, quadruple minority. So, but I love the aspect of my school. Again, I always give salute to my Georgia Southwestern Staters. It was small, but it was very home. It had a home feel. I met a lot of my frat brothers, my good friends in school who welcomed us in, kind of gave us the ropes of the school. And we were able to build such a friendship that, again, has lasted since early 2000s.
I love that.
So, with that, I mean, if you go back to America to meet anybody I went to school with, it's like, oh, do you know T? Like, man, Tiwa's been doing it since in the dorm room. Right? You know, so the business acumen was there. So I think that's what the school did, was able to help build entrepreneurs. And that's why I always say my light bulb went off while in school. I had a degree. I graduated a degree in computer information systems, but I felt that I had more that I wanted. And luckily my parents were, you know, business owners. So I knew I was beyond just going to program for IBM. I knew I didn't want to do that.
Thank God you didn't.
I'm telling you,
there won't
be a Greek picnic.
Nah. And a lot of people are better off for, like you said, people are meeting their business partners at this event. They're meeting their spouses at this event. And they're having a great time in the process. Yeah. Sometimes people just need a release. Everybody can't, you know, go on the beach and take private jets and stuff like this. You check it out. But they can come to AGP and they can have a release. Yes. And they can also
grow.
We
call it the adult spring break.
I like it.
Yes, I like the adult summer break. It's you know, I mean, and when you talk to people, you find out person's a medical doctor, is a lawyer, is a judge, is a police officer, is an investor. So and you're there drinking, you're in a fraternity, so you're chilling, you know, and that's where can you get that? Nowhere. And it's all D9. It's not just, you know, the alphas or just the AK companies.
Everybody.
It's everybody in one space. So if you walk around and just, and we encourage that, all the past interviews, and even digitally, we tell people, come here with the open mindedness to meet people, you know, and if you're older, meet somebody younger that could potentially be more have value to you. And likewise, like, don't come there like, oh, you young. No, come there like you're in the same fraternity. Hey, how you doing? Strike a conversation and you will find opportunities.
Yeah. Yeah, you know? And that's definitely major right there, man. Yeah. We just want to say we appreciate you putting on this event. Obviously, you guys go to AtlantaGreekPicnic.com. Check out all the information. You can check out more of the history too. Happy Father's Day to you. You know what I mean? I saw those, you know, the two guys that you gave your whole face to.
They'll be at the Greek Picnic working.
Working. Look, they're gonna get it early.
They're old enough to participate now. Work. So,
so that's cool. That's it. He ready, getting them ready to take on the next 10 years.
It's a legacy play, you know. But I want to, before we, I'm not sure about to.
No, we good. We're still talking.
Okay, I know one thing we definitely have been big on with the Greek Picnic, despite all the fun and everything, is we built this thing called the AGP Cares. So AGP Cares literally is AGP caring about issues. It's about community services, about just anything that we see that needs to have a spotlight on, we put it on.
Gotcha.
So in the past, we've done stuff with, like last 2 years, we've built out this mental health component where we bring mental health counselors to come talk to people. And it's not even just coming to talk, but also to help break the stigma of mental health is like you have an issue. It's not an issue. Maybe you have something you don't need to, you want to talk to your family, but you want to talk to someone who's a professional to help you get through that or guide you.
Right.
So that's a great thing that we're building on. And wanting to just let people know that that's a free service that we're offering. They will talk to you between 5 to 15 minutes to just kind of help you unwind, you know, release your mind, and however which they can push you forward.
You'll save a life that way, because you never know what people are going through, and you never know if they even know about these resources.
We actually have.
Tell me about that.
So we got a message a while ago with some, you know, people just, again, we didn't know what the person was going through, but they sent a message and said, I'm very thankful that you had a counselor that day, because I was ready to end it.
Wow.
You know, so it's touching on, which is why as we grow, and that gives even more motivation, you know, to keep going.
You see the importance of it. Like
that. And for us, you know, it's when we tell the AGP story, it's any business owner would tell the first 10 years is foundation. the first 5, it's like you don't know what you're doing.
Nah,
Like,
not at all.
There's no textbook for this.
No, you learn it on the go.
You're
And that's
learning
the
on the
thing
go.
about, I'm glad you didn't go to school for business, because everything you learn in business at school is not what you do in business in the real world.
Kennesaw State invited me a couple of years back to speak to the master's program on entrepreneurship, just off the strength of what we're doing.
What you built. Right.
It's nothing better than hands-on experience, and that helps to change the thought process of even modern day schooling. Is like, does college make any sense?
Makes sense for the
but
people, right?
there's still value in it, but that strikes those kind of conversations.
I think more so college is building your network, because like I played basketball in college. My network is a bunch of guys that play ball now or in different aspects of business, and I can see how we call it like a hoop fraternity, and I can see how powerful
we had that in our school. Hoops
Hoops 5. That's what I'm saying. So, and I can see how powerful it is being part of the D9 and having that type of network.
Yeah,
so I can see what colleges I went to, HBCU and the PWI, but like you said, I had a black experience at home. I didn't have to go to school for it. So when I went to a PWI, it gave me a different aspect, an outlook of what I was doing. You know what I mean? Yeah. So got to see the different resources, and I'm glad you're bringing those resources to us with this event.
Yes. Yeah. Where we have, where it's one thing when you hit 20 years as an event, you kind of sit back and reflect on the last 20 years and like, what should we do differently? And to us, our team, and the conversation we have is we have to give more. And what does giving more means? That we have to change things up. We have to improve this. Conversation we have with our PR team, our sponsor team, everybody's like, like people are expecting, now it's, before it used to be, well, let's see what happens. Now it's no, like, what
we're going to make it happen.
Do? We want more from you. So they're pushing our envelope even further, that we're taking new steps into 2025 and beyond, like AGP. So the 21st year to 25th, those 5 years, what's AGP going to look like? And we've got, and I would love when the next time we come back to tell when we, what we've done, what we're releasing. But that's the direction we want to go on. Again, it's a festival. Yes, it's a great fun experience, but the business and the impact around this, like we have a $25 million impact that weekend in the state of Georgia, in the city of Atlanta.
And that's what I'm saying about special events. Like everybody's talking about how the soccer event is going to bring X amount of dollars, with the hotels, the people eating at restaurants and things like that, just the people using money, right? You're talking about bringing billions to the city over a 20-year period. And you got a succession plan to go up. Okay, what's going to happen in year 25?
Right.
So I know the city has to be very happy with you bringing this thing here.
Yes, it is. We have a great relationship with the city. We work with them, even the neighborhoods from the MPU, UTNL, and the AAUC. Because again, it's a community thing. It's not us coming into your neighborhood just to do what we do. Even local elected officials, it's how can we be of value to you? What do you need? Do you want to get on stage and speak to the people?
Right.
So we want people to understand, like, AGP is a platform like anyone can stand on, even though you may not be Greek, but you may have a service or business that and again, we built this not just for us to stand on and shine, but like let other people get on and get some spotlight.
Right, sharing the stage. And at the end of the day, the D9 is usually all about community, and that's what it's supposed to be about. And I love that you preach that. And I'm not D9, but I can appreciate what you guys are bringing to the community, because everybody benefits.
Yes, every time. Everybody eats.
Everybody eats. I like it. That's going to be one of the official T-shirts for Atlanta Green Picnic. If you could go back and tell yourself one thing, one line, right, at year 1, you can take a little time machine back and say, Tiwa, let me pull you to the side. Let me tell you something. What would it be?
Everything's gonna be great. You're gonna be all right. You're doing the right thing. Yeah, I think you learned a lot of paid a lot of lessons, learned a lot of hard business lessons, and I think it's again, there's no textbook for this.
Gotcha.
It's literally sitting down, and swear to God, with a piece of blank paper and writing everything out piece by piece. So as you see what you have, it started with a notepad, then it's talking to different people and departments. Okay, what do we need to do? Then we call Daniel, hey, we need PR on this. And Dan's like, no, don't do this. And call Royce and call, Jasmine, call Jay, call all these people to start filtering how we're going to churn out this final product.
Gotcha.
And also the user experience from the website. It's not just going on Eventbrite and buying tickets.
No. It's actually giving you information. It's
Right.
telling you what you're going to experience. That within itself is a learning piece.
Yeah, it is. Even we're living a digitalized visual world. The videos, everything is important. And again, I think one thing everyone's daily, if you're in business or you're not, the minute you go online, you post it, you're storytelling. You're telling a story. So for us, is how are we telling a story about the vendors? How are we telling a story about the picnic? How are we telling a story about career fair? How are we telling a story about our partners, our sponsors? So we get into the storytelling, and then people buy into the story. And when they buy into the story and they believe it, that's when you have this longevity of a great track record, where even people that don't come anymore send their youngins like, yo, you need to go, and if you need anything, look for this guy called Tiwa. He's, but even I want to mention that we've had, again, as Roxy's longevity, we've got 20 years of lines. I mean, you talk about almost 400,000 plus people who passed through. But at some point we knew, I think around year 14, 15, that we would have to create a secondary event for the older crowd. And when I say older, I'm not saying like 80, but there's going to be a generational gap that's building.
Everybody can swag surf, but sometimes we got to do before I let go on this side, and we got to do sexy red on this side.
Exactly. So that's where we are right now, which is why we've created the alumni Greek picnic on Sunday, and then we have the regular Greek picnic for anyone who wants to. So
you got to be fluid in order to grow and to have that consistency. You guys have figured out the market and figured out how to keep growing within it, man. So congrats on that. Definitely.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
This has been Tiwa Works, man, talking about AGP Alumni Weekend, the career fair, the mental health piece that you guys put into it.
Block party. We got Lil Rue's performing, Fable's performing, Roscoe Dash is performing. The U.S. Army's coming out, AU Vodka, Red Bull, so they're making some positive impact for testing, sexual AIDS,
STD testing and all that. You guys always have that aspect too, and which is very commendable. We need that.
Protective.
Protect yourself before you wreck yourself. I like that, man. Listen, do we have? Because I know my people love a coupon.
Yes, we do.
All right, talk to me.
AGP Family, AtlanticGreekPicnic.com. Go and type in AGP Family. It's going to be valid all week till Sunday.
Okay.
So you share it. We're not going to deactivate. It's active.
Okay, it's active. So AGP Family is the discount code.
AGP Family.
See what happens when you listen to Re-Show Live. You get a coupon. We like coupons, Tiwa.
AGP Live.
You know what I mean?
And make sure you follow us on all social media. ATL Greek Picnic 1 on Instagram. ATL Greek Picnic, all those platforms. We're very active. So please engage. Hit us up. Tell us you heard us on the radio show. Yeah.
You know what, too? All those people out there that are aspiring business people, when you listen to this brother speak, you just heard him give about 4 or 5 different little, things that you can use in an interview. He roped himself back into another interview for next year. So that's cool. So we also going to talk about these Ferraris next year when you come.
Man.
All right.
Let's do it.
That's what's up, man. It's been another episode of Re-Show Live. We appreciate y'all for tapping in and tuning in. Make sure you use that discount code. It will be underneath this video on all the social platforms, as well as in our bio on YouTube, man. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate you, bro.
Thank you, bro.
Another dope weekend. Let's get it.